If you always end it with, "It's fine, this is for you." Your patience does not always teach people to reflect. Sometimes it only teaches them that you will absorb the same thing again. Someone shows up late, and you smile. They send a careless reply, and you tell yourself, "They're probably busy." They ask for something you do not really want to do, and you say, "Just this once." In the moment, nothing seems wrong. There is no fight, no scene, no hard conversation. The moment passes. But later, while you are trying to do something else, the same sentence comes back. You feel irritated. Then you silence that irritation too. You tell yourself, "Maybe I'm being too sensitive. Maybe it is not worth bringing up." So you say nothing again. Look at what happened there. What you swallowed did not disappear. It became information. It told the other person where your line might be. People do not only listen to what you say, they study what you allow. You may want to be respected. You may want to be treated with care. But if you keep accepting the same behavior, the other person may begin to treat that as your standard. Being treated lightly rarely starts all at once. It usually begins with one moment you laughed off, one moment you explained away, one moment you decided not to name. One late arrival does not define a person. One short reply does not destroy a relationship. Everyone has bad days. Everyone makes mistakes. The question is not whether it happened once. The question is whether anything changed after it happened. Imagine someone who is always a little late when they meet you. Every time, they apologize. "Sorry, I'll be better next time." And every time, you smile and say, "It's fine." But with other people, they arrive early. For important appointments, they send updates. For the people they do not want to disappoint, they plan ahead. Then the issue is not that they are bad with time. The issue is how much weight your time has in their mind. If you refuse to see that, you will keep explaining their behavior for them. Maybe they were tired. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they did not mean it. And while you keep explaining, your time keeps disappearing. The 20 minutes you waited, the irritation that stayed with you afterward, the task you had to push into tomorrow, the sentence that kept returning when you needed your mind for something else. These losses are not dramatic, but they are real. They take pieces of your attention. They weaken your judgment. They train you to doubt yourself before you even name what happened. Strength is not pretending you feel nothing. Strength is knowing what is yours to decide. You cannot control whether another person changes. You cannot control whether they reflect. You cannot force them to value what they have been treating lightly. But you can decide whether you will accept the same behavior again. The first time may be an event. The second and third time become a pattern. And if you never respond to the pattern, it becomes the standard. Do not look at this to blame yourself. Look at it to take your standard back. The message usually comes when they need something. You are about to start your own work. You finally have a little space to handle your own life. Then the screen lights up. "Can I ask you for a favor?" You do not answer right away. You look at the message. You already know what is coming. Then after a while, you type the same thing again. Sure, what is it? They remember you when they do not understand a document. They remember you when they need help at the last minute. They remember you when they need someone to listen for a long time. But when the problem is solved, they go quiet again. When you reach out, the conversation is short. When they reach out, there is usually something they need. If this happens long enough, you may start confusing being needed with being respected. They are not the same. When you are only needed, your value becomes tied to your usefulness. They call because you listen. They ask because you move. They remember you because you do not say no. That does not always mean they are interested in you. It may only mean they know what they can get from you. Respect looks different. Respect shows up when there is no request attached. It remembers you when there is nothing to solve. It does not punish you for saying, "I can't today." It notices the time you gave, and it does not treat that time as free. Do not only watch how they speak when they need you, watch what happens after their need is gone. Do they remember your situation? Do they care whether you are tired? Do they give time back? Do they stay calm when you say no? That is where the truth becomes harder to hide. Helping people is not the problem. A decent life requires helping others. But if one person is always adjusting, always making room, while the other person only receives, that is not support. That is depletion. You move your schedule for one favor. Then you spend the rest of the day thinking about their situation. Your own work gets pushed back. Your own plans lose their place. And at the end of the day, you realize something. Your time was used by someone else's emergency again. What you lose here is not only time, you lose judgment. The first time you help, it feels simple. The second time, it becomes harder to refuse. By the third time, your past kindness becomes pressure. Their problem begins to feel like your responsibility. Slowly, you start treating their urgency as more important than your own direction. But another person's urgency is not automatically your duty. If you choose to help, you can still set terms. You can limit the time. You can say, "Not today." You can say, "I can help for 10 minutes." You can say, "I cannot take this on." A person who respects you will not value you less because you have a limit. But if someone becomes cold the moment you stop being available, they may not have been depending on you. They may have been depending on your free time, your guilt, your habit of saying yes. Everyone laughs. Then you laugh too, 1 second late. No one notices the delay, but you notice it because the joke was aimed at you. Come on, it was just a joke. Don't take everything so seriously. Everyone else laughed. Now you begin to question your own reaction. Am I too sensitive? Am I ruining the mood? Am I the only one who cannot take it? They joke about your age. They bring up an old mistake again. They mention your weak spot in front of other people. They make you the center of the room, but not in a way that respects you. In the moment, you may laugh. Later, the same words return. Your hands stop in the middle of an ordinary task. It was not a huge insult. It was not a dramatic attack. But it left a mark. There are two kinds of laughter. One brings people closer. The other lowers one person so the room can feel lighter. Real humor makes the room safer. You laugh together. No one has to disappear inside the joke. But when one person always becomes smaller afterward, that is not just humor. That is a test. How far can I go? Will this person still smile? Will this person protect the mood more than the line? Even if the other person does not think of it that way, they may still learn from your silence. You do not need to explode. You do not need to win an argument. You do not need to punish anyone. You only need to draw the line clearly. I don't like being spoken about that way. Do not joke about that. That was too much. That is enough. The longer you explain, the more your boundary turns into a debate, and a boundary is not a debate. It is not a speech. It is not a trial. It is not a performance of your pain. A boundary is a decision about what you will no longer accept. If the person values the relationship, they will stop. They may be surprised. They may need a moment. But they will not keep stepping on your reaction just to protect their freedom to speak. If they say, "It was only a joke," and use that to make your discomfort seem small, they are not protecting the relationship. They are protecting their position. The mood of the room disappears quickly, but words you swallowed can come back for the rest of the day. You do not need to pay for one joke with hours of your attention. Before you even speak, you start editing yourself. Should I say this? Will this sound too heavy? How much of this can I share? If they are not going to understand, maybe it is easier to say nothing. That moment matters. Your mind is already preparing to protect itself. You tell someone something difficult and they respond, "Are you really upset about that? You're overthinking it. I've had it much worse." Maybe they did not mean to hurt you. Maybe they were trying to encourage you. Maybe they simply did not know what to say, but something closes. You learn, I can only tell this person a smaller version of the truth. People do not only shut down when their experiences are denied, they shut down when their feelings are treated as unreasonable. Because then the problem is no longer only what happened. The problem becomes you, your reaction, your sensitivity, your way of feeling. You do not need perfect responses from everyone. People miss the mark. People say the wrong thing. People fail to understand. But if you are always shrinking your words around one person, that is information. If you feel tired before the conversation even begins, that is information. If you start giving up before you explain yourself, that is information. If pretending nothing happened feels easier than speaking honestly, that place may no longer be safe for your truth. What you lose here is not only conversation, you lose trust in your own perception. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I am weak. Maybe this should not bother me. Little by little, you start using their reaction as the measure for your own inner life. But your feelings are not commands. You do not need to obey every emotion. You do not need to judge people only by how you feel in one moment. Still, feelings are signals, and a signal ignored every time becomes harder to hear. The point is not to worship your emotions. The point is to notice them and then check the facts. Do I become smaller around this person? Do I blame myself after speaking to them? Do I edit the truth before I even begin? A meaningful relationship does not always give you the perfect answer. It does not always know what to say. But it does not rush to compare your pain. It does not take the conversation away from you. It does not make you regret being honest. The person does not have to be perfect, but they should be able to pause in front of your words. That pause is respect. You are allowed to choose where your honest self goes. You do not have to give every person access to every part of you. This is not about judging them. It is about no longer placing your inner life where it is handled carelessly. There is one distinction you cannot afford to miss. Apology is not the same as change. If you confuse the two, you will keep returning to the same place. They apologize. They look sincere. They say, "I'll be more careful next time." You believe them. For a while, things seem better. Then the same thing happens again. Another apology. Another promise. Another reset. And each time, you lose more than trust in them. You lose trust in your own judgment. You remember the version of yourself that thought, "This time is different." You remember the version of yourself that believed, maybe they only needed more time. And when that judgment fails, again and again, you begin to doubt your own eyes. So watch carefully. Do not judge the apology by how emotional it sounds. Judge it by what changes afterward. A person who changes adjusts their behavior. If they forgot something important, they create a way not to forget it again. If they kept you waiting, they communicate earlier next time. If they hurt you with a certain topic, they stop treating that topic lightly. If they made a mistake, they handle the next time differently. Responsibility appears in the next action. A person who does not want to change may use apology like a reset button. They say sorry, so everything can return to normal. They look regretful, so you will soften. They wait long enough for your resistance to fade. What they learn is not responsibility. They learn how to be forgiven by you. At this point, the answer is not punishment. It is not revenge. It is not a dramatic speech. The answer is a standard. A boundary is not a wall built out of anger. It is not a long paragraph meant to prove your pain. A boundary is the decision you make before the same thing happens again. If this happens again, I will not participate. I cannot do this today. I will answer tomorrow. I cannot continue if you speak to me that way. Short is enough. You do not need to keep speaking until the other person agrees. A boundary is not there to persuade them. It is there to guide your next action. Look at 3 things. First, do not focus on what they said. Focus on what they repeated. Second, look at what you paid afterward. Was it your time? Your attention? Your confidence in your own judgment? Third, decide your line before it happens again. That is enough. What you are taking back is not control over another person. You are taking back control over your own response. A person who respects you will not fall apart because you have a boundary. They may be surprised, they may need time to adjust. But if the relationship matters to them, they will not treat your line like an insult. If someone leaves the moment you stop absorbing everything, maybe they were not relying on you. Maybe they were relying on your tolerance. Silence is not always strength. Forgiveness is not permission for the same behavior to continue. Strength appears in the next action. Do not shout. Do not attack. Do not try to make them feel what you felt. Simply decide. I will not accept this. I will protect my time here. I will not give my attention to this again. I will not trade my dignity just to keep the peace. The next time the same situation appears, look at your own hands. Are you typing a reply and deleting it again? Are you about to move your plans again? Are you about to smile at something you know was not fine? Pause there. That pause is the beginning of the boundary. People learn your value not only from what you say, they learn it from what you continue to allow. Allow the same thing enough times and it becomes the standard. Treat your time with weight and that becomes the standard too. So change the standard. Your time was not made to carry someone else's convenience. Your attention is not something to hand over carelessly. Your judgment is not cheap. And your tolerance is not a permission slip for people to treat you lightly. If this stayed with you, write one sentence in the comments. I am taking my standard back. Not to show someone else, but as a promise to yourself. I'll see you in the next one.